best companies are sending teams to Saint Lucia. Yep, that's what we're talking about today. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody had a great week, guys. Forget everything you think you know about corporate team building. Trust falls, the stuffy conference rooms, the forced fun. We've all been there before, right? Because I've been there plenty of times. The awkward icebreakers, the PowerPoints that blew together, and that nagging feeling that even with good intentions, the whole thing, it seems to just be broken, right? These methods were built for a different time. You have to understand that, a different kind of work. But in a world of Zoom fatigue, remote teams, and record high burnout, there we go again with this word, they're not just outdated. They're actually a problem. They don't build bonds. They actually build resentment. They don't spark creativity. They kill it. Companies are pouring millions, guys, millions into those old rituals, only to watch engagement scores drop while the best people quietly polish their LinkedIn profiles. The real crisis in business today isn't lack of effort. People are always working hard, right? It's a deep misunderstanding of what people actually need to connect with their work and with each other. Okay? Today, we are going to have an interesting conversation. Very interesting conversation. All right, guys. And now that we're back, I'm Philogene, your founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency, and also the host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast, where we're helping travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free trips with a personal touch of global insight. Let's dive into it today, right? Why Central Florida is fast becoming the ultimate hub for Caribbean life in the US. So, what if the smartest, most innovative companies, right, have stumbled on a secret? What if a secret that has nothing to do with the office and everything to do with this, a tucked away between two volcanic peaks? A little secret that's tucked away between two big volcanic peaks in the heart of the Caribbean. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Talking about a little secret, right? They figured out that the key to building an unstoppable team isn't found in a workshop, but in a complete change of scenery. Think about it. It's not about forcing connections. It's about creating the perfect condition for it to actually happen on its own. They're swapping boardrooms for beaches and fluorescent lights for the golden hour over the Caribbean Sea, right? Happy hour. They're sending their most valuable players, their people, to the islands, the island of Saint Lucia. You're in on the secret now. And it's not for a vacation. It's for results. It's about business. Yes, I'm putting you all in on it. Let's talk about it. Right? Now, before I go any further, this episode is brought to you by islandvax.com. ISLANDVACAS.com. Right? Your partner for smarter, stress-free travel planning with a personal touch of global insight. Whether it's corporate retreats or leisure escapes, Island Vacation Travel Agency has the expertise to make every trip unforgettable. And that's what we're going to be diving into today. Don't forget to check out the website, right? Now, let's be real. The modern corporate crisis, the working world is dealing with its own silent pandemic, crisis of disconnection and exhaustion. Yeah, it is serious. The shift to remote and hybrid work left aftershocks. We're still feeling it right now. Sure, flexibility is great, but it came at a cost. Those casual chats by the coffee machine that actually build company culture, they've been replaced by a never-ending parade of scheduled video calls. Nobody really likes that, right? We're living in a digital world that's always on, where the line between work and life has dissolved into a blurry, anxiety-filled mess. The result? A workforce that's more connected by technology, but more disconnected as humans than ever before. It's pretty bad, guys, right? But we're going to solve that. And this isn't just a feeling. The numbers actually back it up. Employee burnout is at an all-time high. That's why we're going into those topics and coming up with solutions, sending people on retreats, right? Study after study shows a huge chunk of the global workforce feels emotionally drained and checked out from their jobs. This isn't just bad for people, it's a business catastrophe. Burnout leads straight to lower productivity, more mistakes, and nosedives into innovation. Nobody can be productive. Some research actually suggests that well-connected teams can be up to like 25% more productive, a number that feels impossible for teams who only talk through a screen. Now, the cost of replacing an employee who quits due to burnout can be anywhere from 90% to 200% of their annual salary. So that means it's very expensive to replace an existing employee. People don't think about it, right? Now, that's a staggering financially. In response, many companies just double down on the same old building business and building tactics, right? They fly everyone to a generic hotel for a day of workshops that feel more like a middle school drama class than professional development or just a boring seminar, to say the least. The goal is to manufacture friendship and force collaboration if they don't want to collaborate. You got to force the collaborations. But these efforts usually actually backfire. They completely miss the root cause of the problem. People are deeply systematically tired. You can't solve burnout with a brainstorming session. It's the brain that's burnt out. Now, you can't fix Zoom fatigue with another PowerPoint. Duh. You definitely can't build real trust in an afternoon of scheduled fun. It sounds fun, but no, that's not the way you do that. People kind of see like right through it. They want something authentic. They need a real reset, not just another thing on their to-do list. Now, this modern crisis needs a modern solution, one that understands the depth of problems and offers a fix that's just as profound. Companies are finally realizing that the environment where you try to solve these problems matters just as much as the solutions themselves. Now, they're figuring out that to fix what's broken inside the office, they might have to just get outside of it. Way outside. Way outside. Tell you all about it. Now, this episode is brought to you by Scony.com for premium eyewear that comforts, style, and a perfect jet-setting executives who never compromise on focus or appearance. So check out Scony.com, right? Get some great shoes. Now, let's get right back to it. The Saint Lucian proposal. You'll be interested to know their solutions actually for this burnout. And just having communication of different people to find out different information and kind of is right in my back door. So I'm going to go ahead and communicate about that right now. But what if the answer isn't another app, another management theory, or another consultant? What if the answer is a place? A place so different from the office that it forces a total reset of your mind and spirit. Welcome to Saint Lucia, beautiful island. For some of the world's most forward-thinking companies, guys, this island isn't just a spot on a map. It's a strategic tool for retaining talent and boosting team performance. Yes, to get why, you have to look past all the beautiful postcards and see the island for what it actually is. A perfectly designed environment for human connection and renewal. It's just how Saint Lucia is set up, right? The people are very friendly. First, there's a raw power of the island itself. Saint Lucia is a place of stunning contrast. It's where the calm turquoise Caribbean seas meet the wild, untamed Atlantic. Its coast is a mix of golden beaches, hidden coves, and also we have some rugged cliffs out there as well, right? But the real soul of the island is inland. It's lush, green rainforests, and of course, the iconic pitons. These two volcanic peaks are actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm sure you've heard of UNESCO before. Rise right out of the sea. Yeah. Once you're approaching St. Lucia, you will see it on the plane on a clear day. They don't just look majestic. They inspire a sense of awe that immediately puts your daily stress into perspective because it's pretty ginormous, right? Now, this connection to nature isn't just a nice detail. It's the core of the St. Lucian experience. It's a growing body of science backs up with what we all feel instinctively. Being in nature is incredibly restorative for the human brain. Theories like attention restoration theory explain that natural scenes help us recover from mental fatigue. Just being in nature and the natural beauty. The constant focus we need for work, answering emails, analyzing data is actually very draining. Nature offers a soft fascination that lets that part of our brain rest and recharge. It shows that it's more grandiose than the petty little things we do on our day-to-day life. That's what I've found out from traveling and talking to other professionals while we travel. Studies have even shown that employees with a view of nature from their window report less stress, higher job satisfaction, and take fewer sick days. That's literally analytics and statistics actually back this data up. That's why you hear in big corporations, people fighting for the corner window. You want to see outside, but you don't want to see the city. You want to see nature. Now, imagine dropping your entire team, not just in front of a window, but into a complete ecosystem designed for this exact purpose. The air in St. Lucia just feels different. I will tell you that off the rip. The air feels different. It's clean, scented with tropical flowers, and the beautiful sea salt, right? The sounds are a mix of a rustling palm tree, gentle waves, and tropical birds all just mixed in together. A huge change from the constant hum of office servers and Slack notifications and sirens and people shouting and all that kind of stuff, right? And pings and all that stuff. This is the first step to truly unplugging. The island's natural calm lower your cholesterol, guys. The body's main stress hormone, creating a sense of peace that's impossible, just impossible to find in the office, right? Crucially, Saint Lucia has the infrastructure to support these high levels of corporate goals, I'll say. Yes. It's easy to get to with a direct flight from major hubs in the US, Canada, and also Europe. It's known for being safe and welcoming, guys. The most importantly, it's home to a collection of unique luxury resorts that have mastered the art of mixing five-star service with experiences that deliver real results. That's what we want to bring to light to you. These aren't just hotels. They are purpose-built places for transformation. They know their corporate clients aren't just booking rooms, they're investing in their team's future. You're getting in on the secret, right? Letting you know what's going on behind the scenes. Now, this segment, guys, is powered by Eric Javits Hats, ericjavits.com, designers of travel bags and accessories combine elegance with functionality because your team deserves style and practicality on every single business trip. So check out ericjavits.com. Now, what does a Saint Lucian retreat actually look like? Lately, I've been talking about that quite a bit and trying to encourage people because we've been on one or two of them. Of course, I've always used home as my vacation, even from the time I've worked on the cruise ship. So pretty much I've been doing my own retreats and I've been just building and bringing more people. And now we have the infrastructure to be able to do it all, bring them on some tours, bring people on everything else. So that's where we get into the corporate world because I'm into the corporate world. Now, let's go into what does a Saint Lucian retreat look like. And when I say Saint Lucian, that's how you say somebody from Saint Lucia, Saint Lucian, right? What does it actually look like when a top tier team swaps their cubicles for the shores of St. Lucia? It's a carefully planned journey designed to strip away the pressure of work and rebuild the team on a foundation of real connections and fresh energy. Let's imagine a team on one of these trips and see how they blend pure relaxation with powerful results-driven activities, right? Plan A, the arrival and decompression. So you have it all planned out, right? The change starts the second they land. Forget sterile airport hotels. Imagine arriving at a place like Ladera Resort. Not sure if you guys are familiar with it. Google Ladera Resort, St. Lucia. Perched on a volcanic ridge 1,000 feet above the Caribbean on the island of St. Lucia. The first thing you notice is the architecture. Ladera is famous for its open wall design, where each suite is missing its fourth wall, leaving it completely open to the jaw-dropping view of the pitons and the sea. Yeah, I'm elaborating and stressing on it because you need to see it. You need to actually check that out. It's amazing, right? Now, there are no TVs, no distractions, which is very important. Just the sea breeze, that incredible view, and a private plunge pool. This isn't just a cool design. It's a psychological tool. It's a total reset button. You can't hang on to deadline stress when you're literally living in the landscape. The team isn't just looking at a view, they're part of it. This is step one, shedding the corporate armor, the job titles, the hierarchies, the pressure. It all starts to melt away in the face of such stunning natural beauty. Or maybe the team arrives at Sugar Beach, Viceroy Resort, nestled in a lush rainforest right between the pitons themselves. That's the UNESCO site I was talking about. The walk from the villa to the white sand beaches is through the gorgeous gardens, making you feel completely secluded. Upon arrivals, butlers don't just hand you a key, they welcome you with a rum punch and start a process of curated care. The first afternoon is an intentional left open, just leave it open, Some might swim in the private pool, others might walk the beach, but the goal is the same, to create space. Space to breathe, space to disconnect from the frantic pace of work and reconnect with themselves, right? This isn't wasted time, by the way. Can never be wasted time. It's a crucial and strategic first step. Now, part B, because that was part A, the rest component, strategic rejuvenation. Here's where we get to one of the biggest secrets. On these retreats, relaxation isn't an indulgence. It's not an indulgence. It's an actual strategy. The best companies know that a tired mind can't innovate. So they invest big in rest, but it's rest with a purpose. Resting is very important. This is the world of body holiday, a resort whose whole philosophy is give us your body for a week and we'll give you back your mind. I thought it was very important to elaborate on that resort. It's known as one of the best destination spas on the planet. And maybe the universe too. Here, an all-inclusive stay doesn't just mean food and drinks. It includes a daily 50-minute spa treatment for every single person. And y'all know I love a good spa in a hotel, massage and stuff, you know? Think about the massage that sends to your team, the message that sends to your team, right? Sorry about that, man. Just think about that. Imagine you send your team out there and every day they get a massage and get treated in a spa. Amazing, right? Personally, we are tangibly invested in your well-being every single day. That's a mantra. They want to send that message. You want to send that message to your team as well. The options are incredible. At the resort's award-winning wellness center, a team can get everything from deep tissue massages to advanced therapies, right? They can explore a renowned prophetic temple. I hope I got that word right? Extend ancient Indian healing practices. That was brought to my attention some time ago. They can detox a therapy pool. I hope I got that word right as well. Using the healing powers of sea water. Not sure if you guys are familiar with that type of therapy, but there's a lot of water healing therapy going on in spas right now. Just think about it. We're made of 70% water. The planet is made of 70% water. It's a long story. At sugar beaches, rainforest spa, treatments happen in individual tree houses. Imagine that. Rooms surrounded by sounds of the jungle. And we're not talking about we're talking about beautiful birds and tropical birds and, you know, the leaves and trees clashing on one another and that kind of beautiful stuff. You can get a bamboo massage while literally suspended in the forest. Sound fun, right? And then there's Stolen Time, a resort that focuses even more deeply on mental well-being with programs built around mindfulness and emotional health. Yes, we focus on that in Saint Lucia. This is the key difference. This isn't just about feeling good for an hour. Each of these treatments is a tool designed to get a specific result, right? The massages lower your lower cholesterol and release tensions from being hunched over a keyboard all day. The meditation sessions, often held on a yoga deck with ocean views, trains the brain to quiet down, improving your focus and clarity. These companies aren't just paying for a spa day. They're investing in recharging the team's mental batteries, knowing that a calm, centered, and rested team will come back with creativity and resilience they didn't have before. That's something the CEOs actually know, guaranteed. Now we did A, B, and now we're going to C. The results, of course, interested in the results. You need to know what the results are like. The results component, purposeful team building. Okay, so we're seeing the relaxation, but what about the results? This is where Saint Lucian retreat model is pure genius. And no, it's kind of built and purposely already set up. The team building isn't some separate event. It's woven into the whole experience. It uses the incredible natural environment to create shared challenges that build bonds in a way no trust fall at all ever could. All right? Forget cheesy exercises in a hotel ballroom. Nobody got time for that. Imagine the team gathering at dawn to hike Go Piton Trail. Just Google Go Piton or the Pitons. It's a tough 2-hour climb to over 2,600 feet. It takes a little effort, teamwork, and encouragement. That's all good. When a team struggles together to reach the top and it's rewarded with a view of the entire island, it creates a powerful shared memory they will never ever forget. It becomes a metaphor for every tough project they'll face back at the office. Mark my word. They conquer the mountain together. And it's not that bad. This big, but it's not that bad. Right? They can conquer a market challenge together. That would be the philosophy of the office when they come back. Yeah, remember when we climbed up Bupito? Yeah, remember this one was struggling, that was struggling down in that water. We could do this. And that's what you want to come out of them, right? So the coaches, talk to me. Message me on LinkedIn. Oh, now, as I was saying, once you see the over concept stuff like that, you feel like you could conquer the market together. Picture the team on a catamaran, my favorite thing in St. Lucia, sailing down the coast. To get anywhere, they have to communicate clearly and trust each other. There's no room for the office politics when you're hosting a sale. Teamwork, it's a real world, low stakes way to see team dynamics in action and build collaborative muscle naturally. Just a simple sail down the coast. The activities are endless and can be tailored to the team. At the Sugar Beach, a team can take a private chocolate making class. I know that sounds fun. Learning about the island's cocoa history while working together on a delicious project. Sounds fun. At Body Holiday, and I'm just naming some different resorts, beautiful resorts out there. So you know we have options. The list is wild for archery and fencing to paddleboard yoga. Trying something new and a little out of your comfort zone. With your callings chain you're on is a powerful way to bond. These aren't just random fun. They're chosen to build communication, problem solving, and also, most importantly, trust. Now, even the meals are designed for connection. Even the meals. Instead of a toughy banquet, imagine a private dinner on the beach, fit in the sun under the stars like the ones arranged at Sugar Beach, or a lively group dinner at the Sheen at Lamdera. That's a restaurant famous for its farm-to-table food and epic sunset views, where the conversations just natural because you're looking at a beautiful sunset and the food out there is crazy. At Dashin, yeah, I've had some amazing food out there, so I could highly recommend there. And when it's time for actual work, these resorts are ready. The Royalton St. Lucia has a state-of-the-art event space, and Secret St. Lucia offers elegant meeting rooms, but the context changes everything. A strategy session in an open air pavilion overlooking the ocean just feels much, much, much more different. The ideas are fresher, the energy is better, the perfect blend of rest, play, and productivity is the secret sauce. Cuts out the bag. It's how these retreats deliver both rejuvenating people and real business results. I'm letting you all know what it is. I'm Al. I put these retreats together. We bring groups of people back. I've done it for myself quite a bit. And now I want to let the CEOs, the coaches, the mentors, the business strategies, let's get some people out there to the islands and link up with the different corporations and businesses. If you're feeling fatigued and you're feeling burnt out, let's do it. Right now, let's continue. Now, before I continue any further, this is brought to you by Shimmerwood. For a smooth escape on the go, check out shimmerwood.com. That's SHIMMERWOOD.com, right? The handcrafted beverages are perfect for flights, resort stays, and also island downtime. Explore full connection at shimmerwood.com. Make sure you check them out and let them know Island Vacation sent you, right? Now, we're going to get right to the next section, right? The credibility boost, voice of authority. But you don't have to take our word for it. The move towards strategic retreats in places like Saint Lucia and the Southern Caribbean is backed by people who know, right? People who know what they're actually talking about, from the event planners who scout locations for the major companies to the GMs who run these transformative resorts. I can tell you that, right? We have communications with them all the time, right? Now, picture a seasoned corporate retreat planner who organizes off-sites for top companies. My clients aren't looking for the old model anymore. That's just something she might say. They want a transformation, not a vacation either. When I recommend Saint Lucia, it's not just for the beaches, it's because the island is a turnkey solution for the biggest problems, burnout and disconnection. I can guarantee that when I send people to Saint Lucia, and I recommend Saint Lucia as a place for retreats, right? A resort like Body Holiday has a wellness curriculum already built in that would cost a fortune to create from scratch, guys. Ladera, a place like Ladera offers such a profound peace that it kickstarts creativity before we even start our first session. I'm not selling a trip. I'm delivering a real return on investment through better teamwork, breakthrough ideas, and most importantly, employee retention. Save you some money. Small businesses, right? You don't have much money to just waste. In today's job market, showing your team you'll invest in their deep well-being is the most powerful way to build loyalty, to build brand loyalty, to build a family with your team. Now, imagine hearing from the general manager of a resort like Body Holiday. Our philosophy is simple. He'd like to tell you, give us your body for a week and we'll give you your mind. We'll give you back your mind. Imagine somebody tell you that. For corporate groups, that's our promise. We see teams arrive carrying the weight of the world, tense, tired, and talking in corporate speak. Our job is to systematically undo that for a custom mix of daily retreats, fitness, and mindfulness, right? We calibrate them. I just got back from Curacao, right? We go to Saint Lucia very often for this as well. Like I said, that's my home island. That's why we're promoting it. They learn to be present again. And we also always scouting for different countries as well and different locations. By the time they leave, they're not just rested. They're laughing more and connecting on a human level. That is very, very important. And you could see it because it's contagious in the island. We're returning a more effective, connected, and resilient team to their company or companies. And finally, think about it from the perspective of a CEO who took the plunge. Picture a tech founder who was skeptical at first. Honestly, I thought it was an extravagant expense, he might admit. a whole week in the Caribbean for my leadership team. It felt over the top, but we were stuck. My team was brilliant, but they were running on empty. Remote work had killed our creative spark. So we went for it. We went to Sugar Beach. For the first 2 days, we barely talked about work. We hiked, we sailed, we had dinner on the beach. Then on day 3, something like kind of clicked. During a casual chat by the pool, 2 of my engineers who had been clashing for months started brainstorming. By the end of the trip, that idea had become the blueprint for our next flagship product. A problem that would stump us in the office for 6 months got solved in 3 days in a totally different context. The trip paid for itself tenfold, emphasizing on that. But more than that, my team came back different. They were connected. They trusted each other. Again, I don't see it as an expense anymore. It was one of the single best investments I've ever made in my company's future. Imagine you're in a CEO saying this, right? Listen. Now, guys, this episode is brought to you by Old Glory and CozyEarth.com, premier retro apparel and bedding solutions to keep your team rested comfortably and performing at their best during each journey. Check out their website, guys, of Old Glory and CozyEarth.com, right? Let them know we sent you. Now, the stories are very powerful, right? But what about the hard data? The reason the world's most successful companies repeat these trips in that the return on investment isn't just a feeling, it's actually measurable. The impact of a great Saint Lucian retreat lasts for months, even years, after the team gets back. First, let's talk about productivity and innovation. It's iconic, but taking a team away from their work makes them much better at it. Yes, when the brain gets rest, it gets better at making a new connection between ideas, which is the definition of creativity. While a team is hiking through the rainforest or learning to sail, their subconscious is still working on the problem they left behind. When they come back to a brainstorming session, they do it with a rested mind that's ready for a breakthrough. It's just ready to break through. The solution that seemed impossible in a high-stress office often show up with surprising clarity in the calm of being on an island like Saint Lucia. It just does. Next, and maybe most importantly in today's economy, is the impact on employee retention. That is something people don't talk about very much, but people are living at a record rate, which means you have to try to replace, which means that, oh my God, it's costing you like 200% more to actually get somebody than retain them, right? It's crazy. Great resignation taught us all a harsh lesson. Top talent won't stay where they don't feel valued. And who a retreat to St. Lucia sends a powerful signal that a company genuinely invested in its people's well-being. It just does. Think about it. Just think about it. You work hard for the company. It goes beyond a paycheck. It's an investment in their health and in their happiness. And you want your people to live for long. This builds tip loyalty. Studies from places like Gallup have shown that happy, well cared for employees can boost profitability by around 21%. Imagine that, 21%. And that organization with strong well-being cultures see significantly low turnovers, since replacing a clean employee can cost up to double their salary. Keeping just a few people from leaving can pay for the entire retreat. This isn't just a perk, it's a smart financial strategy. Just think about it, CEOs, right? Instead of losing people, you could just pay for a retreat and it actually pays for itself. Finally, there's the most fundamental results of all. A stronger team, a stronger team, a stronger team. In a world of remote work, creating a retreat bonds is the biggest leadership challenge there is. The shared experiences on a Saint Lucian retreat forges connection that are deeper and more resilient than any virtual happy hour ever could be, right? The trust you build on a tough hike translate directly to the boardroom. Yeah. The ease friendship you find over a bedside dinner smooths over the friction of a stressful project. It just doesn't matter. It just fades away. These trips create a shared story and a reserve of positive memories the team can actually draw on later in life and for the rest of their life. They come back to their home offices no longer as just a list of names on a Slack panel, but as a real unified team. As research has shown, these well-connected teams aren't just happier. They can be up to 25% more productive. That's a pretty big number. That's a pretty big jump, all right? So if you're a leader, and I'm talking to you, not just a manager, and you're looking to not just reward your team, but to rebuild and re-energize your team, maybe it's time to look beyond the boardroom. Just saying, maybe your company's next big breakthrough isn't in a spreadsheet, but waiting for you on the volcanic island in the Caribbean of Saint Lucia. The question is no longer whether you can afford to do it, but whether you can afford to not do it. Because you're burnt out. We still have to keep on living. You have to find a way to deal with the stress. We've linked more information on the incredible results and experiences we talk about down in the description. Share this with your leadership teams, guys, and your HR departments, or anyone who believes that a company's greatest asset is its people. Remember that. It's time to start a conversation. It's just time. Now, in the end, guys, the secret of today's leading companies isn't some new management trend or a revolutionary app. It's the simple, profound idea that to build something strong and innovative, you first have to create the right environment to actually grow. That's most important, right? It's the understanding that people aren't machines and our creativity, passion, and ability to connect are not endless resources. They can be drained. They have to be nurtured and also, most importantly, replenished, right? They have to be replenished. St. Lucia has become the perfect stage for this corporate renewal because it offers the ideal mix of restorative nature, strategic rest, and also purposeful adventure. It's a place where noise of the modern world fades, allowing the signals that truly matter. The bonds of trust, the spark of a new idea, the feeling of shared victory to finally be heard. The companies pulling ahead of their competition are the ones who get that sometimes. The most productive place you can be is a world away. They've discovered that the path to an unstoppable team doesn't lead to another conference room, but to a quiet beach tucked between the two mountains on the vast Caribbean sky in the island of Saint Lucia, right? Guys, I want to thank you guys so much for listening. I am Al Philogene, the founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency and also the host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast, helping travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free trips with a personal touch of global insight. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and follow our sponsors. Of course, Islandvax, islandvacas.com, scone.com, ericjavits.com, shimwood.com, oldglory.com, and cozyearth.com. Right? Now, we'll see you on the next episode where we'll dive into corporate retreats that double as global market intelligence trips. Right? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys have a good work.